Hello and welcome, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me clearly. This is a live session where we have the opportunity to gather together and be in a meditative and open-minded space where the invitation is not to grasp onto any particular ideology or belief or story, but rather to open up to our present moment experiencing. So what is that present moment experiencing? Well, there is a seeing. There is a hearing. The seeing and hearing are good pointers and avenues where we can direct our attention, or rather open up our awareness, that are very essential, so important to us, right? So if we were to lose our sight, or if we were to lose our hearing, the hearing capacity, this would be very destabilizing, very confusing for us, right? If I couldn't see right now, the last thing on my mind would be what other people think about me, or how this live stream is going, or how many people are tuned in, right? Or who's here. If I couldn't see, that would be the last thing on my mind. The same with hearing. If we look directly at these aspects of present moment experiencing, I think we can also find that these do not rely on a fixed story or as I like to say sometimes, a real true person and a real true story, right? Whether that is the holy Buddha or the evil, person doing all kinds of negative activities, right? Hurting others and hurting themselves. So whereas when we get locked into that person at a particular place at a particular time who likes these things and doesn't like those things, it's constricting, it's contracting, and we need things to be a very particular way to be comfortable or to be safe, right? To open up. Otherwise, we're constricted around this story, this identity. When we look to actually what's most valuable to us and what's most vividly clear and vividly apparent to us right now, I imagine, the seeing, the hearing. Where is this person? Where is this self-fixated identity? Self-fixated as seeing me or my or I, the thoughts that come up or the physical sensations that come up or my preferences or my past experiences as being somehow more important or more valid, more real than the whole cosmos, sure. But also seeing those stories or the grasping onto those experiences and the preference onto those experiences, whether they're mental or physical, as being more vital, more essential than this opening, widening out, right? Experiencing openly. So in that way, meditation, we need to be careful that meditation doesn't become something that we constrict around or attach to or get fixated on, but rather that our meditation is an opening up, a widening out of our heart, of our mind, and certainly a giving a deeper valuation, or kind of recognizing what already has a deeper valuation in our lives, which is this present moment experiencing, free of these worries, these stories, this complicated thinking. To open up and listen, just listen, and to see, just see. So, a gathering like this is a reminder that for some people is more digestible, more relatable, more inviting. But the reminders to open widely and to forgive wholeheartedly and to detach, to abandon the entanglements of our physical experiences, physical phenomena, and mental phenomena are all around us all the time. Everything a invitation to end, to finish, to release, to refresh, and to restart. Whatever feeling arises in the body, whatever sensation arises in the body, open, not a part of a story. Doesn't need to be liked or disliked. Doesn't need to be controlled, like a butterfly, like a tree, like the wind. Just opening, widening out. And sharing out as well, not to be shy about putting yourself out there and sharing your experience. Putting your body out there, putting your mind out there. Being vulnerable, being exposed. But most importantly, to expose ourselves to ourselves. Our true self, not just our story, but our present moment experiencing, to expose ourselves to that, to see that, to feel that. I am this raw, vulnerable, not venerable, vulnerable. I should start calling myself venerable or vulnerable Warapanyo. Maybe more relatable, vulnerable Sir Warapanyo. And to expose ourselves to this heart and this body and this mind that is so fresh, so vulnerable, but also at the same time open and free completely. So we're going to get into now a Zen reading, as we did last time. It seems like a lot of people enjoyed that format. I also enjoy it as well. And as we read through these texts, please feel open to share your experience, to ask a question, but also feel open to listen very deeply and listen in such a way that you are comfortable to not understand necessarily what's going on or what's happening. I think this not understanding is so vital. It's like if you put one of those Alka-Seltzer tablets into water. It's like a fizzy tablet. You put it into water, all this effervescence, all these bubbles, all of this change is happening, right? You don't understand that. You can't see all that. You can't grasp all that, and yet it's vividly clear. It's vividly there. So this text, we can also take it maybe as a Zen effervescent tablet coming into the water of our mind, body, our human experience. See how it goes. Master Chai Ming asked a monk, "Where have you just come from?" He said, "Clouds cross the azure of 1,000 mountains, bright blue in color, like a cloudless sky." So Master Chai Ming asked this monk, "Where have you just come from?" He said, "Clouds cross the great blue of 1,000 mountains." The master then said, "Why are you in such a hurry?" "The cries of the geese leaving the water are intense." Chai Ming thereupon shouted, The monk shouted too. Chiming struck. The monk struck too. Chiming said, "Look at this blind fellow. Really, I should drive you out. But considering you are a newcomer, for now, sit and have tea." He also asked the fundraiser, "I don't ask you about preaching in town. How do you express entering the gate?" The monk immediately shouted. Chiming said, "Why do you shout at random?" The monk shouted again. Chiming struck him. Chiming asked another monk, "Where have you come from?" He said, "Yanggi," a region. Chiming asked, "Where did you spend the summer retreat?" He said, "At Jingjiao." Chiming asked, "And does the master of Jingjiao have nostrils?" He said, "Yes." Chiming thereupon struck him. So there is this form of dialogue and form of story, way of sharing experience that is to cut, to end, to finish all complicated thinking, all self-fixated ideas, all notions of you are in control or I am in control. Chiming asked, "Does the master of Jingjiao have nostrils?" He said, "Yes." Chiming thereupon struck him. Does anyone have any idea for this story? I think it's quite insurmountable in a certain sense, I feel. And if you're on YouTube, we are also in a Discord call as well. So if you want to share with your voice, you can join the Discord call, but you can text in the live chat on YouTube here as well. Anyone have any idea about this retelling of events? I'll read it one more time. Master Chiming asked a monk, "Where have you just come from?" He said, "Clouds cross the azure of 1,000 mountains." "Why are you in such a hurry?" "The cries of the geese leaving the water are intense." Chiming thereupon shouted. The monk shouted too. Chiming struck. The monk struck too. Chiming said, "Look at this blind fellow. Really, I should drive you out. But considering you're a newcomer, for now sit and have tea." He also asked the fundraiser, "I don't ask you about preaching in town. How do you express entering the gate?" The monk immediately shouted. Chiming said, "Why do you shout at random?" The monk shouted again. Chiming struck him. Chiming asked another monk, "Where have you come from?" He said, "Yanggi." Chiming asked, "Where did you spend summer retreat?" He said, "At Jingjiao." Chiming said, "And does the master of Jingjiao have nostrils?" He said, "Yes." Chiming thereupon struck him. Let's go to the next story here. Langyia Jiao said to an assembly, "Eliminating bandits and getting rid of robbers still belongs to the realm of effort and achievement. When the paths of ruler and subject harmonize, and the ocean is calm and the rivers clear, this is still in the realm of the absolute. What is the basic concern of a Chan practitioner, of a Zen practitioner? And so this first part, eliminating bandits and getting rid of robbers, means to get rid of our defilements, right? To change our life, to reduce unskillful activities and increase skillful activities. Well, maybe specifically to reduce unskillful activities. Eliminating bandits and robbers still belongs to the realm of effort and achievement. So someone who is putting forth effort, someone who is achieving something. When the paths of ruler and subject harmonize, and the ocean is calm and the rivers clear, this is still in the realm of the absolute. What is the basic concern of a Zen practitioner? So when everything is calm and clear and peaceful, this is still in the realm of the absolute. Someone who is peaceful. Someone whose mind is clear. Some particular state or experience. So what is the basic concern of a Chan practitioner or a Zen practitioner? And here's the answer. The golden fish that is passed through the net is still in the water. The stone horse on the way back gets out of the silken cage. What are we talking about here? What is the basic concern of a Zen practitioner? The golden fish that is passed through the net is still in the water. The stone horse on the way back gets out of the silken cage. Mama Bear says, be free. I think that's a pretty fair answer. That's pretty good. Langyao Jiao also composed a verse on the story of 3 pounds of flax. Dongshan's 3 pounds of flax. Brass is not exchanged for gold. Buying 5 colors with a coin, he draws an angel on the wall. Langyao also versified the story of the Grand Master tossing a needle in a bowl of water. So this Master Langyao Jiao, who I don't know about, composed a verse on some other famous Zen teachings and Zen stories. There was a time when this 3 pounds of flax, someone asked a Zen master, what is the Buddha, or what is enlightenment, etc. And that Zen master answered, 3 pounds of flax, or 3 pounds of hemp, 3 pounds of wheat, 3 pounds of rice, whatever you want to call it. Nagarjuna's water in a bowl, Kanadeva's needle on down. Everyone argues about winning and losing. Everybody talks about far and near. If you don't see the geese in the clouds, how can you know the sandbar is deep? A farmer moves a foundation stone, and under the stone he finds gold. Translator's note. The story of 3 pounds of flax is in the Blue Cliff Record. What is Buddha? 3 pounds of flax. It might be said that this stands for being as is in the broadest sense. The Japanese master Tenkai says, it is the same everywhere in the universe. Dahui's, it is the same everywhere in the universe. Dahui's teacher, Yuan Wu, says of this, when you're defiling feelings, conceptual thinking, and comparative judgments of gain and loss and right and wrong are all cleared away at once, then you will spontaneously understand. To open up and widen out, brighten out into not knowing, just being as is. When you're defiling feelings, conceptual thinking, and comparative judgments of gain and loss and right and wrong are all cleared away at once, then you will spontaneously understand. There's a very deep teaching here and a very clear teaching here about the spontaneity of it. The present momentness of it. Not relying on anything or anyone. Not relying on the body or the mind or the environment. Okay, something a little bit more clear for us, a little bit simple. I'm a simple-minded person. I'm guessing most of the people here are also simple-minded. A monk asked Nan Yuan, are the meaning of Chan and the meaning of Buddhism the same or different? Okay, so a monk asked Nan Yuan, are the meaning of Zen and the meaning of Buddhism the same or different? He said, Chairman of the Board, Chief Executive Officer. Who's going to speak up hearing something like this? This must be a certain kind of tomfoolery. So maybe we must fight against this statement, this person, this tomfoolery. How dare they talk about Buddhism and Zen and the truth in such a way, right? Actually, it is this conceptual, discriminating, cognitive, picking and choosing thinking that is to be spontaneously seen through. spontaneously cut through. And if we become really skillful at this, from the bottom of our feet to the tippy top of our head, then all phenomena, all traps, all constrictions, all entanglements are to be used only, to be experienced only, but also to be cut only, finished, to be freed, to open widely, open-heartedly, spontaneously, not in the throes of our anxiety, our depression, or our real, true, complicated story. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. If it's a complicated story, that is what it is. A lot of people, they don't want to accept this. We read last time about how it's easier to take stones and turn them into jewels and gold than it is to get people to stop affirming and denying, agreeing and disagreeing. Someone, someplace, someone, sometime, and not someone, not someplace, not sometime. Yes and no. It's easier to turn stones, rocks, into gold and jewels than to get people to stop affirming and denying. You don't need to deny anything. You don't need to affirm anything. Okay. But try to be sincere. Don't grasp onto not affirming or not denying, because affirming, it's not affirming or denying, or not affirming or not denying, or not affirming or not denying, etc. Whatever you think is wrong. Listen to this. A monk asked Nan Yuan, are the meaning of Chan and the meaning of Buddhism the same or different? He said, chairman of the board, chief executive officer. The monk said, I don't understand. The master said, ox head south, horse head north. Dehui remarked, so this very famous later master, Dehui, remarked on this case, the former answer hit the mark. The latter answer didn't. Okay. I have an appointment, so we're going to finish with this line here. Master Fo Jian said to an assembly, the supreme way is without difficulty. Just avoid discrimination. Prejudicial treatment. Recognition and understanding of the difference between one thing and another. The supreme way is without difficulty. Just avoid recognition and understanding of the difference between one thing and another. Peach blossoms are pink, apricot blossoms are white. Who says they are of a uniform color? Swallows twitter, nightingales sing. Who says they sound the same? If you don't pass through the barrier of this master teacher, you will vainly take mountains and rivers for eyes. A monk asked Master Yuanzhao, what is the white ox on open ground? He said, when it's released, there is no place to look for it. So let's release it. We can all bring our hands together and say sadhu 3 times. And as we say sadhu, we can open up to non-discrimination, non-picking and choosing, not seeing the differences, only awareness itself, and also to offer out and to bless out this freedom towards all beings. No discrimination, no picking and choosing, no right or wrong, no good or bad, just to offer out widely, to open up fully, and to share out from our heart this present moment experiencing. No discrimination. Sadhu. 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 Thank you for being here, my friends. I wish you will be free, happy, and peaceful in your life. And don't worry about anything. Just keep going. And when those difficulties come up, when those barriers come up, remember that they are to be used only and experienced only. Take a rest, relax, don't worry too much. Practice diligently as you like, practice strongly, but also just continue, because the path is wide open no matter what. And any difficulties or barriers or entanglements we get involved in, they are just a temporary conditions. It won't always be that way. Okay, take care.